that people are saying, oh yeah, when you're finals MVP, you are now the best player on the planet. To me, that makes no sense whatsoever. I don't care if it's a week, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? LeBron James. That's who y'all gotta start appreciating. And you gotta stop disrespecting this man. Every single show I will say this, and if you're mad, argue with your mama because she loves you enough to show you mercy. This man is in year 21 and he's averaging the most points in the fourth quarter that any player in year 21 has ever averaged. We're looking at a man who is the physical. If you talk about who is the physical perfection as a basketball player, I'm not looking at no undersized punk that gets blown on and is crying, right? Every time he gets blown on, he goes before, oh my God, ref, Isaiah Thomas pushed me, or Bill Laimbeer was near me. No. I'm looking at a grown man in LeBron James. By the way, in a couple weeks, just to get you tight, I'm gonna have a whole segment dedicated to just slandering Michael Jordan. I'm gonna get every single failure he had. I'm going to make it bigger than what it was. I'm going to make it so dramatic. Yo, can I ask you a question?
Yo, imagine
if your legs weren't strong enough and they would just break. Imagine breaking your leg. LeBron didn't do that. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, in case you can't tell, I'm a little delirious right now, bro. I'm messed up right now. I'm sorry we weren't here last week. I was sick as a dog. I'm thrown up and got the runs. And I'm delirious right now, right? So excuse me if I say some wrong things like MJ was really good, right? Imagine if I actually believed that, right? It's just a medication, but we got a packed show for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So we gonna be here for a long time. It is your boy Pride. I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the man I strive to be. How you feeling, my guy?
Feeling good, man. You great.
Right. You love
feeling
grapes,
good,
right?
I was enjoying my grapes, and I kept hearing a whole bunch of noise. when I realized it was your introduction, then I'm thinking to myself, I need to figure out how to turn the volume down or something. I know how to do that, but I don't want to mess nothing up. But I just can't hear no much. I'm like, I'm enjoying these grapes, man. You know what I'm saying? Cool grapes. I just got them this morning, rinsed them off real good, vinegar and all that type of stuff. Got them good. I'm a little water over here. I just kept hearing a whole bunch of noise. I'm like, what is it? I said, oh, that's Nep introduction. I said, dang. So we gotta do something. I might get some earplugs or something. Do something.
Wow. Oh, that's really how you feel?
Hey, we gotta improve by the day. Man.
That's crazy.
But I'm looking forward to hearing you say something that out of the ordinary go against the grain today. I know it's gonna be something. It might be a couple things.
Maybe. We will see. We got a long show. Yeah, we got a long show. So, but you said something about improving, and hopefully people's feelings and emotions on Victor Wembanyama will finally improve. Dropped a cool 38. Now, mind you, the Spurs were up. I think they were up as much as 27, if I'm not mistaken. They were beating the doors off the Suns. Just beating the doors off them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, Victor Wembanyama said, bump this noise. I ain't here for that. And my man just went bonkers. He, in the fourth quarter, by himself, outscored the Suns. I think it was. Like, in terms of, like, the minutes that he was actually on the court. Like, Buddy was going stupid for no reason whatsoever. Right?
Yeah.
Just to put it in perspective, 38 and 10 with 2 blocks and a steal, 15 of 26 from the floor, 3 from 6 from the 3-point line, right?
Mm-hmm.
What a legend this kid is turning out to be, right? And mind you, it's not like he really hasn't been bad, right? For me anyway, and maybe I'm tripping, but it just feels like he's just focusing more right now on just catching his footing.
Mm-hmm.
He's just trying to make sure he can figure everything out properly. Make sure he's like, okay, this is a little different. Let me get more accustomed to the way Coach Pops likes to run stuff.
That's right.
You think the anti-Wemby slander is going to be gone?
Well, I mean, I don't know what people want from a person after 5, 6 games. I mean, I would like to have some. I would like to have a sample size by All Star Weekend. You know,
Mm,
I mean, I think the guy's going to be a decent rebounder. I think he's going to change things around the rim. Of course, I mean, if you got to see the Knicks play last night, if you did, even Mitch, he's 7 foot, he couldn't even get the ball right back up because of them tall
mm-hmm.
trees. So when I see that, I'm like, man, and this guy right here, he has good footwork, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he can move from side to side. He could change the trajectory of a shot. So we have to get this thing time. Got to get him time to get his feel when he's out there. Shots that he feels confident in being like, I got this nine times out of 10. And I think we
Mm-hmm.
just need to wait instead of being so quick to judge someone after a few games. Like I mean, was your expectation for him to come in and for them to go to the finals? You know what I'm saying? Like for them to
Apparently,
advance to
some for
the.
some people.
Some people need to get beyond drug testing. You know, you know what I'm saying? If you know how deep the West is, if you take the first 10 teams alone out the West, no one is mentioning the Spurs whatsoever. No one is mentioning the Spurs.
I
So
mean,
and that's not to
not
say that they
wrong.
can't bid for that 10th spot. I'm not saying they can't. I think they're playing good ball right now. And they're just a couple pieces away from being in the midst of between 10 through 7. But as of right now, no one is mentioning them. But I think what he's doing is great. And not to change the subject or whatever, but I think more of this goes on the Suns, showing weaknesses in what they have and
It is
what they're
crazy
lacking.
too.
And what
It's
they're lacking.
crazy
Yeah.
because I was actually about to bring that up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm looking at it as like, don't get it twisted. I'm giving Wemby his flowers,
That's
100%.
right. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
think about it, him matched up with KD, and he thrived in that spotlight again. And this
Yes.
is also again against the Suns, who have made what a lot of people see as very considerable upgrades to
Mm-hmm.
attempt to get them to the finals. So now here's the question I pose to you. Obviously, defensively, the Suns ain't really going to be, because I don't want to make it seem like they're going to be bumps, but when you lose a very important piece in terms of your defense and you kind of gut your roster defensive wise,
Mm-hmm.
it makes me kind of go, is this a possibility that the Suns are going to really regress this year to not even be like, because again, when they lost to Golden State, I'm sorry, they beat Golden State in their season opener, right?
Yeah.
They lost to the Lakers, and mind you, they had opportunities both offensively and defensively to be able to keep that game in check.
Mm-hmm.
Then they blow the doors off the Suns, so it was looking good.
Yeah.
Then they lose to the Spurs back to back. Maybe I'm too early on, and I understand the offensive firepower that this Suns team was supposed to bring,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not really seeing that offensive firepower as much as everyone made it seem to be. Because, and mind you, maybe it's a small sample size, but with Booker, with KD, and Bradley Beal, just those three alone, it's hard for me to be like, oh man, they like respectfully, they shouldn't be barely scoring 95 points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like me personally, I think this shows the difference with, and this is not a shot at Booker or either Durant. It shows how much you can lift a team if you're, and you may smile on this, but that's what makes LeBron so great is that he can sit there and see what you specialize in. I know what I can do. I know I can
Yep.
score 50 points. You know what I'm saying? I know I can get a triple double. I can do all this type of stuff. But just in case if I may be off until the fourth quarter, just in case if I'm off in general, how can I get you in position? And I think that with the person like Durant who just balls, that's the difference. If you look at these two games that just went by when he was by himself, on the first game with the Spurs, even when Book came back the second game, I think they're prolific scorers, basketball players. But I don't see them putting people in position like, okay, we got a bit center. Let's feature him a little bit. See if we can get some foul trouble going on down there or something, you know. Let's try to make the game. And that's what I have to say, man. When you look at a guy like LeBron, man, he just, okay, I mean, LeBron can be out there with a guy who probably averaged 2.1 splinters in his ass a game. He come out there and get you 8 points. You know what I'm saying? Like, because LeBron know what he's capable of doing and what he specializes in, and LeBron can put you in position. LeBron know I'm gonna draw the double team going to the paint. I'm dishing to you, so be ready. And you don't see that with Durant, or you don't see that with Booker. You know what I'm saying? You just see it as it's just different. I think if you put a playmaker in that position, the game is different.
And I will say this: I will give Devin Booker. I'm gonna give him some level of props, right? Because he's really trying to be the point guard. He really is, right? And so far he's doing solid, right? I think he's averaging a little over 10 assists a game. But the issue that I'm having is that, well, because it's gonna make it seem like I'm knocking the Suns and I'm knocking Devin Booker. But the reality is most of those assists are going to Kevin Durant or going to Bradley Beal.
But how effective are those assists?
Well, I would assume they're very effective, only because of the people that he's mostly giving those assists to is Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. Kevin Durant's almost averaging 28, and Bradley Beal's almost giving you 23. So a lot of those assists are really going to them. My concern, honestly, is you got your three-headed monster basically does the same thing. So now you're trying to get one of them to be a point guard, right?
Yeah.
In Devin Booker. The problem is he's not a point guard. So he doesn't really like there's a difference between getting assists and being a point guard. There is a strong difference. And the difference is I could easily pass the ball to Kevin Durant. I could pass the ball to Bradley Beal. I could pass it to bona fide scorers who are nice. To be a point guard is when you know how to get other guys involved. And the reality is outside of those three, you don't have another guy who can just give the ball. Hey, yo, here's an ISO play for you. Go handle your business. You don't have anybody else like that on that roster, which is why you need a point guard to be able to help them to get buckets. You know Bradley Beal's going to get his. You know Kevin Durant is going to get his.
Anytime they want to.
You see what I'm saying? But it's like you need to make sure the other guys on the court are able to get theirs, right? Like you need to make sure that you're helping Nurkic get his, right? You need to make sure that, and he's getting his on set plays. A lot of his plays are just cleanup.
Yeah.
That's just the sad part of it. A lot of people are saying, oh yeah, Nurkic is giving you 12 points. Yeah, but a lot of that is cleanup.
Yeah,
like the man is
offensive rebounds.
You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of it is really cleanup, and then it's him running 1-2 actions with somebody else. So it's like for me, it's like, but again, it's early. The Suns do have time to make all this work.
Oh yeah.
They got plenty of time. And I'm seeing stuff in terms of point guard stuff from Devin Booker that I do like. You know, like there have been moments where you can see him want to shoot, but he's like, nah, I gotta stay being the guard. So I'm liking the fact that he's not reverting back to his man. I don't care about nobody. Let me just keep slinging it, right? Like, I'm liking that. So he's showing me, glimpses here and there where it's not cause for concern yet. You know what I mean? I'm liking what I'm seeing, but at the same time, there are some stuff they need to work on.
Yeah.
It's okay for them to figure this stuff out now. If, 4 weeks in, 5 weeks in, they're a 500 team. I think some people will panic. I wouldn't. Because I'm like, as long as they're figuring it out, I'll respect you being a 500 team because you're still trying to make sure your pieces gel together.
Yeah.
If you're a 500 team by the All-Star break, now that's when I'm going to be concerned.
That's what I'm saying. That's your sample size of the check. And another thing I just want to say, too, that was my whole thing about when people would be like, well, Draymond Green, he had such assist. I'm like, but look who he passing to. I mean, it ain't like it ain't like 75 of those percentage, 75% of those assists are going to players who's not usually who you expect to come through making shots and stuff like that. He passed them to 1, 2, probably the greatest shooters ever in the game.
Mhm.
You know, like I mean, I could get 5 assists out of him, and I'm 5'10", 230. I mean, shit, you know,
Right.
I mean, but not discrediting him, but I mean, like I expected. They said Devin Booker playing point guard. I like, all right, cool, but I wasn't expecting him to go out there and be like, if he was damn LaMelo Ball, you know what I'm saying, something like that. You know, I expected for him. Really, I just expected him to just run a position. I still
Right.
see him as still playing his doing what he does. So, I mean, they got time to get it right, but right now, the way it's looking, they looking real soft on the bench, man, and they're lacking, who was gonna be that 6 man that's gonna pull through to hit clutch shots for him. You know, I don't know. I mean, I haven't. I mean, they do have some people on the bench that can shoot. I'm not saying they don't, but who's
Mhm.
gonna be that person that's gonna come off the bench for him and light the occasion up sometimes? So
I
that
think
would be
I don't think they have that. I think
yeah.
for them, it's like we're always gonna have one of our big three on the court.
That's right. Yeah.
Like at no matter what, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, or Kevin Durant at all times, one of them is gonna be on the floor. So we don't need that guy to come off the bench. You see what I'm saying? Which
Yeah, I
sort
feel
of,
you.
it could kind of work, but I don't like that. I don't like that going long term. I don't like that game plan long term because picture this. Imagine you got to rest somebody. Imagine somebody get injured. Imagine if your guys just don't have it going. Who are you going to turn to?
Yeah.
You know
I
what
got
I
a guy
mean?
for him. I got a guy for him in the trade. I don't know how they would get him.
I'm here.
Emmanuel quickly. He'll be a restricted free agent this summer and at a chance just to win. That's your 6 man right there. He can get his own shot, and when he
I'm gonna
get
like
hot,
that
he
too.
get hot.
And that's the thing too. When he's cold, like you can have him. Like if he's cold, you can still kind of put him out there. He'll try defensively, so it's not like he's just kind of just like
Yeah. Oh yeah. He gonna play
chilling.
defense. Yeah, he gonna do
Yeah,
that.
he'll go out there, he'll play defense. And what I also do like about that is it could also take a little bit of pressure off of Devin Booker because now you can have because Quickly doesn't mind being a prototypical point guard in spurts.
Yeah. He'll play it.
So
Yeah.
then you know what I mean? You can have him be the guard and then Book be the two. And now Devin Booker has this opportunity to like just score. By the way, AP says where you been. I was here last week. I was sick, but we back here every Saturday, my boy. So feel free to swing by. But yeah, nah, dog. Like I don't know what it is, man. But mind you, I wasn't even that high on the Suns to begin with. I really wasn't that high on them to begin with.
Yeah.
So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt because I'm not.
I feel you. I understand.
You know what I mean? I haven't really been high on them. So
Yeah.
but right now the Suns are playing the 76ers. And speaking of Philly,
Okay.
after what 2-3 months about
Yeah.
that, they finally agreed to a trade, that being the Clippers
That's right.
and the 76ers. A lot of people thought it would never happen. I was one of the
You
people
one
that
of them.
thought it'll take time, and I mean, I thought being optimistic, maybe the trade deadline, but I also thought the price was too high, and the Clippers were gonna go, nah, you're crazy.
Yeah.
And so I kind of was just like, whatever. And then all of a sudden, they said what happened. So I personally, you know, let me just read the entire trade, Unc, and then I'm gonna get your
All right. Cool.
your piece on it. So the 76ers are gonna send James Harden, PJ Tucker, and Philip Petrusev, which for those who don't know is he's a forward. They're sending them to the Clippers for Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, Nicholas Batum, KJ Martin, which I believe is Kenyon Martin's son.
That's right.
KJ is Kenyon Martin's son. And a 2028 unprotected first round pick 2 second-round picks, and a 2029 pick swap, and an additional first-round pick from the Oklahoma City Thunder.
That's right.
By the way, that's the entire thing. And then for a lot of people who are wondering, Danny Green, he's going to be waived from the Sixers, so that way it'll create. That way they can keep all the players that they got from that trade.
Mm-hmm.
Before I go into my spiel, what you think about it? Who you think won? Who you think lost? Was it a smart move? Dumb move? I'm genuinely curious to hear your thoughts on your favorite player in the NBA.
Man, it's like this. Right now, Philly has won as of right now, and both teams can win. It ain't like one win and the other one don't.
Mm-hmm.
Only way the Clippers will win if they win a championship on their end. It's championship or bust. I'm trying to see how this thing is gonna work. Me personally, I don't care for it. We spoke about it before. I don't care for it. Everybody talking about some Russ going to the bench. Why he got to go to the bench? He's already doing what he got to do. I feel James should come off the bench, and when they go small, all 4 of them play, and have either Zubac or Plumlee out there and let you see what it do. I think that James could have been when they played the Lakers the other night. That it would have been nice for him to have been there. You know what I'm saying? Just for a couple of key veteran decisions when it came to like shot selection and when it came to like penetration and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about it. I know that me personally, I wouldn't have done it. It's great for Philadelphia because they're gonna have mad cap space in that summer and everything, you know. Max is playing unbelievable right now. Embiid, you know, he playing. Tobias, you know, he doing this thing a little bit. So, but we just have to see what the Clippers gonna look like. I don't know. I really don't know. Me personally, I think they've gotten smaller. And then when you look at the bench with Man, with Bones, with Powell, you know, now you're adding Harden to that. I mean, look at the minutes now. So I guess Bones gonna be the one that's gonna get affected by the minutes. I don't know. I really don't know, man. I don't. I know I wouldn't want to be the head coach of that situation. Now they could possibly go out there and do something different that we're not expecting and completely fool everybody. We'd be like, wow, it really did work. But what's the chances of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know, dog. But right now, Philly is in good position, great position. Should they able to go after a key player this season? Know what I'm saying, by trade with the extra picks they got and stuff. So, you know, I would like to see them have another player there who can create for himself. I think it take a load off of Tobias, it take a load off of Maxey. More definitely take a load off Embiid just to have another person. I would like to see Spicy P. I would like to see him there. I would like to see a DeRozan.
And
just
Philly?
someone. Yeah, I would love to see DeRozan in Philly.
I think DeRozan would fit better. Only because I feel like Spicy Pete having 2 big men there. I think Philly already tried that. And remember, like when they drafted Noah Zarel, they got what's that other dude's name?
Hartford came there too.
Okafor and Joel Embiid. Remember, they wanted to have that whole 3-headed thing, and it didn't work out.
Well, you remember the last experiment? You remember the last experiment they had that was with Al Horford when he was there for that one season.
I mean, kind of, but at the same time, he was more there for like the veteran presence or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, he was there to play beside Embiid. It didn't work out well.
Yeah, and that's another thing too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It didn't work out.
I mean, you can't have another big man playing next to him.
Yeah,
you just can't, and it's just because he's just that nice where he's got to come. Same thing with. Well, not even I can't even say Jokic, but it kind of gives me shit. And I'm not saying he's as good as this guy, but it just kind of gives me like as well as with Shaq. You couldn't have another big man with Shaq because just the way he played, it just wouldn't fit. And I think Embiid kind of gives me that same type of vibe where you really can't put another big man. He just won't. He won't fit.
It depends on what the big man can do. If he a back to the basket guy, no, that doesn't work. But if he like a Horace Grant who played beside Shaq, somebody that can sit there and hit that 15-footer that kind of can be away from the lane, that could work.
But that he's really not a big man like that. You see what I'm saying? He's like you said, he won't be playing like a big man. So he'll be more like a floor spacer. You said what?
Talking about Spicy P?
No, I'm just saying, like, whatever big man you're gonna put whatever, you know what I mean? Like, whoever you're gonna put at the 4, it would have to be like a Kevin Love-ish type of player.
Yeah, what I'm saying,
that won't play as a big man. He'll just stay in the corner. But if I'm this is just me. If I'm the Sixers, I don't want Spicy P just playing in the corner. I wouldn't want that because he's too good to just be over to the corner. He's too good for that.
That's right. Yeah. I got you.
By the way, Frankie's back saying KD lost to the Lakers and Wemby twice. Can you say bum much? I don't know if you remember. He hates Kevin Durant. The level of hatred he's got for Kevin Durant.
I know all them type of things.
By the way, Frankie, remember how you said you got 100 people better than Kevin Durant? Just send me that list, my boy. I want to have Unc stuttering. I want him frustrated. I want him vexed to send me that list.
Now that's damn. Hey, for that show, I'm gonna be off. I'm gonna be off for that show. I don't want nothing to do with that list. Keep that list far away from me. I'm gonna get a restraining order against that list. I don't want that list within a million miles of me. Keep that list away from me, man.
But I will say this. I do agree with what you were saying though, because this makes no sense. I always thought if they meaning the Clippers, if they went and got James Harden,
that's right,
you would have to move Russ. You would have to. And the reason being is, well, we've seen Russ and Harden already. We've seen better versions of them already play that 1 year in Houston, and it didn't work. That's why they both wanted to leave. Now, it's a shame because Russ isn't really playing all that bad.
Man, Russ playing good.
Russ is handling his business. And again, listen, he's fitting his role better. So, hey, hats off to him. If I'm the Clippers, I wouldn't have done this trade. I wouldn't have done this trade because then what does that mean? Eventually, you're going to have to move on from Russ. You're not going to move on from James because you just got him. And the likelihood of you getting a guy like James Harden, playing with him a few games, and then flipping him immediately, it's low.
Oh, it can happen, though.
It is more likely they trade Russell Westbrook. I think it's far more likely. And the main reason, too, is what Russ is giving you. It's more,
you would have a better chance of trading
Russ. That's what I'm saying. So if you got to trade one, I'm trading Russ because Russ is giving you 15, 7, and 7. But what's telling is the efficiency. He's shooting like 38% from 3 and over 50% from the floor.
And hitting that bank shot too. That OKC bank shot he hitting on that backboard.
Yeah.
I think it's an acceptance thing, man. And I mean, we all been in situations like that in life when we think like, yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with these guys for whatever, see what it's like, and you be like, why the hell am I here? So that's how I look at the situation with the Lakers and the situation with the Clippers. He around people that just in my opinion that appreciate him. That he got a coach that I feel that wants him there. It's just a situation. It's like the Clippers fit him. It reminds me when Steve Smith Senior had went to play for the Baltimore Ravens. He fit that. You know what I'm saying? It's like he had been there his whole career. He fit what they do.
The difference was when Steve Smith Sr. went to Baltimore, they needed that position. They needed that physical veteran wide receiver position filled. So
that's what Baltimore was about.
It made sense. The Clippers they didn't need James Harden.
Nah, they don't hold hell. Nah, no.
And that's what I'm saying. Because Kawhi Leonard is playing. I mean, now he's actually playing.
Yeah, he's playing.
And he's caring, right? And he's playing, and dare I say, playing borderline MVP basketball.
Yep.
If I'm allowed to say that, right?
I would have kept the team. The team was fine as it is, man.
And that's what listen. That's why I think the Clippers lost this point blank. End of story. I'm comfortable saying that now. I'm comfortable saying that tomorrow. I'm comfortable saying this yesterday. The Clippers lost, and they lost heavily because all you did. And listen, before everyone says they got rid of Nicholas Batum. Nicholas Batum was a bum. You're right. He was a bum.
Why you gotta be
No
a
debate.
bum? What's up with this word bum and trash being thrown around so loosely?
No, Nicholas Batum was a bona fide scrub. Man should have retired 2 years ago. Man should have retired 2 years ago. He a scrub right now.
How's it a scrub? Explain that to me. How's it?
So
what's your expectations for him? And tell me your expectations for him.
As a veteran sharpshooter, if you're wide open, you should be able to hit threes. For example, Kevin Love over in Miami. No one is telling the man you got to give us 20. No one is telling the man you got to give us, you got to give us like 8 blocks a game. Right? We're not saying that. What we're saying, set up some screens. You're going to have some open shots here and there, especially threes. We need you to rip them clean. That's what we expect from you. That was the same expectation that they had for Nicholas Batum. And the reality is, the man can't do it anymore. End of story.
They made him a bum?
Yes, because as a bum, it's your performance. For example, Paul Pierce right now. If you put Paul Pierce on the court and he's doo-doo, I don't care it's because he's old. I don't care it's because he hasn't done it in a while. Doesn't matter. Why? Because you're playing now. So yes, you're a bum. And before you say anything, it's the same energy you got for Deshaun Watson. You said Deshaun Watson was a bum. And we both agreed.
I said it was a bum.
Yeah, we both agreed. Deshaun Watson is a capital.
I said it was a bum, or did I say his contract was horrible?
No, you said his contract was horrible, and then we both agreed he was a bum.
Okay, if I said he was a bum, I apologize.
No, but you're not wrong. He's a bum. Now I'm talking about him as a player.
He's not a bum.
No, right now he's a bum. It's okay for you to call the man a bum and also acknowledge that he used to be nice. You can do both. I'm not saying Nicholas Batum was a bum his whole career. That's not what I'm saying. Portland Trailblazers, Nicholas Batum, man, was a stud. And even when he went over to the Charlotte Hornets, I thought maybe he was a little overpaid, but I understood it because the man could space the floor, and I was okay with that. But now, especially the last 2-3 years, man's a bum.
I'm gonna ask you this, and not to get off subject because we got a lot to talk about today. So
I got plenty of time, so we can talk.
Okay, word. All right, word. So concerning football, if a man is on a practice squad and he never makes a roster, is he a bum? I just got a question. Is he a bum?
So I wouldn't necessarily say he's a bum. I would say he's not good though. It also depends on why you're on the practice roster. Like, are we talking about a guy, for example, when the Browns re-signed Kareem Hunt, they put him on the practice roster for a couple days.
Yeah.
Are you putting him there because you just signed him and you kind of want to see, is he in shape now to go over? Are you keeping a guy on the practice squad for depth? Because there are some guys on the practice squads that are there specifically for depth. And there's also some guys on the practice squad because they're bums. And on top of that, too, listen, I don't in any sport. If you can call a backup quarterback a bum, I'm not gonna show no mercy to a practice squad guy. There are some backup quarterbacks out there that are bums.
Bums concerning how when they're on the roster.
Oh, well, hold on. And you can say that when you're comparing a quarterback to me. That's when that argument can go out the window, right?
Everybody in life. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. God forbid anything was to happen to what we don't never speak again after this show. Everybody in life has roles to play, man.
Of course.
Just like I tell people all the time, it's gonna be one person that's gonna be the richest. There's gonna be one person that's gonna be the poorest. Everybody else fit in where they fit in it.
Right. And guess what?
So just because someone doesn't make a roster, or just because someone can be a backup quarterback for like the next 20 years doesn't mean he's a bum. He's on a roster.
But he's on a team. But you're a bum. I'm not giving you a participation. Listen, I'm not giving you a participation award. I'm not giving you that.
So how is he supposed to start? How is he supposed to start then? If he's on
the team, not being a bum.
Oh, okay, hold on. Listen.
Go ahead.
Listen. If he's on the team for 7 years, and the person that's ahead of him is Peyton Manning, how is he ever going to start on that team? Besides Peyton getting hurt.
So either you be
And
better.
how does that make him a bum? He's on a roster. He's doing stuff that it's about 20,000 other people can't do. How's he a bum?
I understand. Okay. So let me take this bit by bit. So first of all, you said if you're backing up an all-time great quarterback, how would that make you a bum? In that instance, no, that wouldn't necessarily make you a bum because you're backing up an all-time great quarterback.
Now, performance can be bummish. Performance can be bummish. But a person who's on a team, a person who's on a team can never be labeled trash or a bum.
Yes, you can. Yes,
no, you cannot. No, you cannot.
Yes, you can. And I'm explaining why.
Man. That's young people stuff.
No. It's real life stuff. It is real life stuff. For example, I'm employed, right? I have a job, right? I have a job. Okay.
And you're not a bum. You're not a bum.
Right. But if I do my job at a bum level, that makes me a bum. I'm a bum I am not good at my job. If I can, for example,
but why do you still have it then? Why do you still have a job then? It's a reason why you still have it. Why do you still have it?
Because every time I go and talk to my boss, I say how he's got a nice tie. I say the man got great glasses. I get that man lunch. I'll be brown nosing like a motherfucker, bro. Listen, and sometimes that's what keeps you on this thing. There's a lot of backups where they say, "Oh, you're not going nowhere because we like you," or the franchise. How many times did Brian Hoyer play for the New England Patriots? You think Bill Belichick wanted the man? No, it's because Tom Brady said, "I like him and I want him here."
But let me ask you this: even though they like him and they feel comfortable with him, if they had someone who let's just say like if Aaron Rodgers became to the point where he got to be a backup, but his production was still straight. You don't think they'll take a chance over him and move Hoyer down to number 3? He'll be number 2.
Here's the difference now. See, now we're doing something different because let me put it to you this way. I'm calling you a bum, not because you're a backup. I'm calling you a bum because we've seen enough of you to go, yeah, this man is just not good. That's it. I'm not calling you a bum because you're a backup. We've seen multiple. Aaron Rodgers was a backup and he could have played, but he was behind Brett Favre, so that was understandable. If the Colts kept Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck would have been the backup. And everyone knows Andrew Luck was ready and primed to start as soon as they came. That's why Indianapolis moved on from Peyton Manning. I'm not saying that because you're a bum. I'm saying you're a bum when you're given the opportunity and you're getting pulled out because you can't hack it. The best example, and you can go from a bum to a good player. Jamal Murray, when he started, went like 17 games straight where the man didn't score a bucket. And he was shooting. It's not like the man wouldn't have the ball. The man was shooting. For those 17 games, the man was a bum. He was a bum. Because
how many more players got that same opportunity, though? How many more players that had that stretch? Some people don't even get that much of a window. Everybody got a different situation. I'm just more.
You're too nice. That's what it is. You're too nice.
I know what it takes for a person to get to where they at and to hold that spot, just like an NBA roster.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's expected for 1 through 5. You know what I'm saying, to do what they do. You know, I see why they got that spot. But think about 13 through 15. These guys don't even dress out. For anyone who's 13 through 15 that keeps a spot on the roster for the entire year, he is not a fucking bum.
He's a bum because he's not playing. But that's the reality. Listen, you're saying he's not a bum compared to me, right? And yes, compared to me, the man looks great, and no debate. But compared to the NBA average, the man is a bum. Because if you're not even getting playing time in garbage minutes, what does that speak about your game?
He ain't even dressed out. 13 through 15 don't even dress out. They wear suits. But he's still holding a spot.
How? Man got DMPs. You can't sit there and say,
it's 15 spots.
I understand.
Somebody got to take a spot, dude. It's 15 spots.
I understand there's 15 spots. I understand there's 15
Everybody can't play.
I understand not everybody can play. But if you're that good, you will get time. If you don't believe me, hold on. If you don't believe me, the name you brought up earlier, go talk to Tyrese Maxey. because the man was getting no burn. And through practice, they're looking at him. Yo, we got something with this kid. Yo, let's throw him a little bit of time here and there. And he started creeping his way up. He started creeping his way up and up and up through the lineup.
Hold on. Massive was sitting behind Ben Simmons. Come on, man. At that time, when Ben was Ben.
No, hold on. Time out. I understand he was sitting behind Ben Simmons. But you're now just making the argument for me because the organization went out of their way to still try to find this kid playing time to the point that they had Ben Simmons at the 4 and he was still for the point guard so they could put Maxey out there.
Listen, I see what you're saying. You act like they found him off the street. He was a first-round pick. What you talking about?
He was a first-round pick that they didn't play in the beginning. That's the point I'm making. They grabbed him.
It's different for everybody. Everybody got their own pal. Everybody can't handle LeBron.
No, it's different. It's not that it's different for everybody. The process is the same. There's some outliers out there. For example, the epitome of don't be a bum. Gilbert Arenas. When he was a baller, but he came in and there was a perception of him basically being an idiot, and that's why he didn't play, right?
Okay.
So because of the off-the-court issues he made, then they started finding more and more excuses to not play him. And then one of the labels, right before he really started playing, one of the labels out there was that he wasn't good. And no one really knew in the beginning because nobody was seeing him on the court. And then what happened? Man started
take Geno Smith.
Practice.
Take Geno Smith. If you never followed football, you would have thought this dude been in Seattle his whole career, been doing whatever he been doing. Everybody different.
Let me ask you a question then. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm glad you brought Geno Smith. Are you going to tell me that when he played for the Jets, he was good or competent?
The whole team was sorry.
Hold on, no. You can't say that. You can't say they're sorry because they got a roster spot. You can't call them sorry because they got a roster spot. How many guys got a roster spot in the NBA?
The team as a unit. The team as a unit.
Okay, so but again, the entire team is known as a football team, so you can't call them sorry. There's only 32 teams in the NFL. There's not that, so you can't call the entire team sorry.
No, I didn't call them trash. I didn't call them trash, and I didn't call them whatever the shit y'all be saying. I said sorry.
I'm put it to you this way. But
I said sorry because your record
told me.
And then what your record say? What you want me to say? You didn't have a good year. The line was messed up when he was there. The coach didn't care to have him. I mean, they didn't cater to his strengths. Pete Carroll know what he got in him. That's why he got another deal.
You would agree with me.
Go ahead.
You would agree with me.
What's up?
That his entire tenure, he played like trash. Now, there may be reasons on why he played like trash. There might be reasons, right? The offensive line really wasn't there. The chemistry was iffy. The coaching was suspect. You may have reasons. I'm not arguing with you that you didn't have reasons.
Yeah.
But would you agree with me that he played like trash?
He did not play good.
So he played like trash, right?
He didn't play good.
No. Not playing good.
So you can't even play good no more?
No. That's not what I'm saying. Not playing good is like it's like iffy. What Geno Smith did in New York was worse than not playing good.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
If I brought home a report card with all D's and F's, that's not good. It's not good.
Bum report card. That's a bum report card.
It's not good.
You're right. Go ahead.
It's not good. I wouldn't tell my child that's a bum. I wouldn't tell him that. I mean, everybody parenting is different. I wouldn't tell him. I'd be like, man, that's all right, man. I'm gonna tell you something. When my kids would do something, and it's so funny now. Like when they be like, Dad, look. And let's say that if they trying to, I don't know, man. It just be little stuff that they would do, and I knew they weren't performing well. You know what I would do? I would boo. Nobody want to see that. In the playful way.
I do that. I do that every time my kids do something wrong. I boom. I boom. It's crazy you said that. Like I caught my daughter drawing on the wall one time. I opened the door and I saw her, and she didn't know me. Like her back was total, like she didn't know I was there. And I just go, boo! And she got mad, scared and dropped the car, started crying. And I kept booing her. I'm like, what are you doing? I was like, what are you doing? I was like, get it together. You need to get your act together. Like, what are you doing? But here's my thing when it comes to
yeah, get back to it.
Yeah, like this is my thing. If you're playing like a bum, I'm gonna say you're a bum. It's like the old saying: if it walks like a duck, if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks, I'm not gonna tell you it's a turtle. I'm not gonna do that. You're a professional athlete, and you are compensated, and you're rewarded, and the praise and the adulation that comes along with it for your performance. Now, if you're playing badly, okay, let's look into it. Why are you playing badly? For example, Devontae Adams, the numbers say that he's not playing well until you look at it and realize, okay, he's not getting his targets. So it's not like he just fell off a cliff. He's not getting his targets. So now you can kind of look into it. And now you can start going, okay.
So for him, we're gonna look into it. So for him, we're gonna look into it.
No. I'm looking into everybody. I'm looking into everybody. If you tell me, yo, do you think this kid is good? Do you think, for example, Brock Purdy? I think it's weird. Brock Purdy's stats kind of drop when Debo and Christian McCaffrey isn't there. Is that a coincidence? Right? Like I look at it for everybody, but at the same time, after a while,
he still passed for 300-something yards in one of them games.
You said, yeah, for one of those games and the efficiency was horrible, and he threw what 1 or 2 picks. Man was like Dak Prescott. I guess that's why you like him.
Nah, it ain't about that. See, it ain't about that. I think that today that people feel like just because someone makes millions of dollars, that you could talk and say anything about them, but don't nobody say nothing about the owners. Don't nobody say nothing about the owners who sit there and make all this damn money,
that's not true.
And they don't shit. Name me, man. Are we gonna do this for real?
For real? Hold on. Tell me.
How someone blaming the owner when the stadium packed every week? What you talking about? When you don't like something, you don't participate in it.
No,
just for the most part, right?
That's not necessarily true because I don't like gaining weight. I still eat cheesecake, so that's not necessarily true. I'm not going to boycott the food industry because the reality is,
that's personal. That's personal. That's what you do. But and I do the same damn thing.
I'll explain why, right? Because because you're saying no one says nothing about the owner. How many people are telling Jerry Jones he got to sell the team? There's been a movement going on for like 3 years that he needed to sell the team. The same thing with Quinn Snyder. That's what forced him to sell the team. If we can go over to baseball, the Oakland A's, their organization is so bad, fans are literally buying the seats and not going and having a few fans go to show up signs saying sell the team. So they
what the hell does that do? What does that do?
That's them showing their protest.
So you gonna pay $300 to $600 for a seat?
Well, no. So here's the thing. Those tickets are dirt cheap. I'm talking about.
You talking about nosebleeds and shit?
No. So for the Oakland A's, you could be right behind home plate and you could be right behind there on the front seat for like $60.
Okay.
Oh yeah, now that organization's a cesspool, bro. It is terrible. But listen, this is what I'm gonna say.
Go ahead.
If you're doing your job and you're not doing your job good enough for a long period of time, you're a bum. It's the same thing as, okay, I'm messing up, right? For example, I'm a school bus driver, right? I'm a school bus driver.
Yeah, right, yeah.
For a full month, I'm late. I'm missing stops. I'm forgetting kids at the school. I do that for a long period of time. I am now bad at my job. I am now a bum at my job. My performance is horrible. My performance is trash. And if I am doing something wrong for a long period of time, I am just as good as my actions.
Okay, I'm explaining to you something about trash. Trash is seen as something that's disgusting that we should never touch again. So does that mean you don't deserve another job again for the rest of your life? You don't believe that shit. You don't believe that shit.
I'm with you. If you're trash, you shouldn't be touched. The only part I disagree was never again. But other than that, if you're trash, yeah.
But trash don't get. I mean, people find ways to recycle. But what I'm saying is, for trash that we see, we look at trash. Ain't nobody trying to pick it up. That's why people get paid to do it. And even I'm sure sometimes they get frustrated. I was on the back of a trash truck one day, came home, and I never looked at another one. You know what I'm saying? I never went back to it because that's a real job. I got mad respect for them guys. So when I look at them, I don't see like, ooh, they dump trash for a living. Like, you better put some respect on that shit. You know what it takes to do that shit? You know what
Right.
it takes.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
That's all I'm
But
saying.
again, I'm not giving you a participation award because if you're a trash man,
It's not
and
participation.
It is because if you're missing trash bins, if you're knocking them on the floor and the trash gets spilled, then you're leaving it there, and your performance is bad. I don't care that you took the job. You're bad at the job. It's the same thing with me. As a bus driver, there are certain standards I need to be up. I need to be reaching.
You know
so
what
that
you
way
just
I
said?
can say I'm good.
You said you're bad at the job. I agree. That don't mean you trash. Trash don't want to touch no more. Trash don't deserve another chance for nothing.
That's not
if
true.
you got trash pop,
Go ahead.
Nah, go ahead.
Because it's weird to me. Because if a guy is performing like garbage,
what's garbage?
When you are not meeting the average of the NFL or the NBA or the MLB or the NHL, like whatever sport you're playing, there is an average you need to be. And if you can't even reach,
it is an
that's what I'm saying, right? So
right.
In every sport, there's an average you need to meet. So that way you can justify you getting minutes and getting time. You need to justify the team not looking elsewhere to figure out, man, do we need to get anybody else? Because when the Sixers were trying to push Ben Simmons out the year before, they were looking for other opportunities, henceforth why they were looking at Tyrese Maxey, and they were giving him opportunity after opportunity, right? They were trying to find it. As an athlete, your job is to make sure I do not give this team any reason to look at me funny, right? For example, I'll give you a good name. Derrick Henry. Man, a couple years ago, man used to be an MVP caliber guy type of dude, right? Man was dirty. Now look at him. Now I ain't gonna say he a bum.
Go ahead and say it.
Because he's putting up average numbers. He's putting up average numbers.
But don't you think the team has changed since then too? The team ain't got the O-line ain't got no better. This ain't like basketball or individual sport. In football, everything got to work, man. You know that, man. Come on.
No.
We talk about it every week.
We've seen Derrick Henry with nothing explode.
So you seen Derrick Henry holding the football, saying down set height, and run by himself with no line, no nothing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Hold on, time out. We've seen him run the ball with a worse offensive line than this. Okay. And we've seen him go for 250 yards with a worse offensive line than this.
And don't you think teams are gotten better for preparing for him now?
No.
Learning certain angles, learning not to go.
No. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the reason they couldn't stop him wasn't because they didn't have the right angles. It's not because they didn't have the right play. The man was a freak of nature. The man is picking up grown men and throwing them 5 yards away from him.
You're right. You're right. Because you know what? All those great years, I'm sure he got mad Super Bowl rings. You're right. He has never been stopped. Even when he was at his best, he never got stopped in the playoffs.
I didn't say he didn't get stopped. That's not what I'm saying.
That's what I'm trying to
be. The man was doing like 200-300 yards a game when after his yards. But
did he do it when it counted the most? Did he get to do it when it counted the most during that time when he was great? Did he get to do it when it counted the most? That's all I want to know.
No, he didn't. So what does that mean?
I didn't. It is what it is.
But what does that mean though?
It means at that time when he was doing what he was doing. The way how you said he was doing this to guys, and he was, and I'm glad I wasn't none of them guys. I'm glad my family haven't seen nothing like that from me. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the same time, what I'm trying to tell you is, as great as he was then, what did he get out of it? Not besides a damn rushing title and a damn division title. What came?
No, they got rushing. They won the division a couple times. Then he's led the league in rushing.
That's what I said. Well, okay, what else he got?
No, I think we're just talking Super Bowl. No, the Tennessee Titans, they've won the division. They got a couple division titles under the belt.
I know.
They made the AFC Championship one year, I think. I'm gonna have to fact check that and make sure.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that. You may.
I feel like I'm right. I feel like I'm wrong. I could be tripping.
We'll check that. But you know what though? I'm gonna tell you where he could do with that division title. He can get a cardboard box, draw a belt, cut it out, put it around his waist, division title. You know what I'm saying? He put it right there around his waist and wear it proudly.
But no. Hold on. Because again, you're moving the goalposts. Because I'm talking about. Yeah, sure. Because I'm talking about his performance as a player.
You said at the height of his career that you felt was the height.
I'm talking about as him as the player. A couple years ago, the man was in the MVP conversation.
Yeah.
Is he in the MVP conversation now?
That's a conversation. He ain't win it, but it's a conversation. Yeah.
And the reason why he didn't win it was literally because it's a quarterback award.
And you're right, but at the same time, just like you just said, why are we talking about a conversation? He'll bum. If we just talking about conversation, anybody can be in a conversation. If you ain't winning it, you're a bum. So that's what you trash, you're a bum. You don't win MVP. I'm on your time today, man.
2020. They were in the you said hold on real quick.
Okay.
Because I had to fact check it because I thought I was going crazy. 2019-2020, the Tennessee Titans were in the AFC Championship game.
Who they play against? New England? Or Kansas City?
No. They played against Kansas City.
Okay,
yeah, they played against Kansas City. So
because 19,
I just wanted to make sure I was
Brady was down in Tampa Bay. Brady was down in Tampa Bay in 19, right? Or was that 20?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, okay, word, okay.
That was his last year in New England.
Yeah, one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's great. I mean, but just like y'all say, just like y'all young guys say, hey, anybody can, man, Clemson beat the mess out of Notre Dame. But
saw that coming.
Yeah, no, they felt bad.
Mm-hmm.
I just got a different perspective. It is cool that they had a conversation because, like, I got a homeboy who my age, and everything that someone do is trash. I'm like, man, you gotta watch how you say that, man. If somebody had a bad game, they trash. I mean,
and listen, for me, if you have a bad game, I will say that was a bad performance. That was a trash performance. That was a bum performance. When I start calling you trash, is when in the NFL, 3 weeks straight, man. 3 weeks straight. If I'm not allowed to call you a trash or a bum, 3 weeks of you being bum performances.
Why do you get to say that though?
Because he's a bum. He's a bum. That's just it.
Hey, I'll tell you something. That's real loose, man. That's real loose.
I don't know how that's loose because if a guy's bad, I should be able to say he's bad. If he's playing like a bum, I should be able to say he's playing like a bum.
Hey, that's just like
it doesn't mean he's a bum forever. It doesn't mean he's a bum forever.
But who's going to play good all the time?
But that's what I'm saying. You get a grace period of, okay, everyone hits a rough patch. There is a grace period. That's what I'm saying. If you have one bum game, I'm not going to call you a bum forever. In the playoffs, Jordan one time shot 5 for 16. But that doesn't mean his entire career was a bum because that was one blip. And then if you go on and see what he did afterwards, he bounced back. That's fine. Same thing with Braun. There was one time Braun shot like, what was it, 5 or 7 for 20 or something like that. That's one game. Okay, fine. It's a blip. The reason why we say Anthony Davis is a bum is because the inconsistency. That is why. Because he's shown you plenty of times. Man, every single time you got to rely on this dude, man, let you down. He a pallbearer because that man be letting bodies down like crazy. It's because he showed you that. That's why we call James Harden a bum in the playoffs. It's because he's shown you. We didn't call him a bum his first year in Houston or his second or his third. No.
So he's comparable to the guy who's barely on the team. Bum like that, right?
His performance?
Yeah.
You can make argument.
If you say the guy who is at the end of the bench is a bum, just cause. Because he can't get no player time, he's a bum. Then you saying the best player on the team is equivalent to him.
Based on his performance, like if we're talking James Harden specifically, in the playoffs, James Harden should be benched. And I've said this before.
Yeah, he's horrible in the playoffs. He's real horrible.
Oh, you can't say he's horrible. You can't say that.
Yes, you can.
You can't say he's horrible.
You can't say horrible. Yes, you can.
But when I say bum, which is the same thing, I'm the bad guy.
No, it ain't.
Like, come on. That's all I'm saying. Listen, if you're showing me you're a bum, I'm going to call you that. Now, you can easily step up and you can change it. You feel me? You can easily change it and go, all right, boom, I'm playing better. This is again, Geno Smith. He was a bum, got to Seattle, and all of a sudden he flourished. And now people don't call Geno a bum anymore. Why? The man got it together. He is now in a better situation and a better environment, and he's now capitalizing on said situation and said environment. Because you can have
But
the
look
best
what he had to go
environment.
through. Look what he had to go through. Look what he had to go through
being a bum. He had to go through being a bum.
Everybody's path is different.
Right. But the path he took was a path of bumness.
I'm asking you a question. What type of career do you think Michael Vick would have had if Dan Reeves would have been like, I know you like to run and scramble, but that's what we do here. Because with my playbook, this is what we're doing. You're going to be under center. You're going to be under center. That's what you're going to do. Or let's just say like if someone told a quarterback who's not mobile, nah, we're going to run the wishbone. But coach, I ran a damn 6 flat in a 40 in a combine. Well, I don't care about that. What we're going to do here, you're running the wishbone. Sometimes it's about time and place, man.
But
it's about can somebody see what you do, and you do that. I felt when Geno first came to the league, if you know when he was in college, what he did, he was throwing balls left and right.
Yeah,
that was like there were 4 wide receivers.
And they tried to do that in New York.
The way he do.
And they tried to do it in New York, and he was missing dudes, throwing picks, couldn't read the defense. It's not just that. Listen, you're trying to act like Troy Aikman in Oklahoma is what happened with everybody. When Barry Switzer went in there and ran the wishbone, and the man was just like, why are we doing this? This is a waste of my time. Not every situation is like that. That is the anomaly. Most of the situations.
I got you. I believe it.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So you're telling me, oh, what if you know Art Smith ran this way with Mike Vick, but he didn't. And even if he did, Mike Vick had an arm.
He was smart.
But Mike Vick still had an arm. So even if he put him in the pocket, I think Mike Vick would have been okay.
We wouldn't have got the Mike Vick experience.
I mean, no, you're right. You're right. No debate. We wouldn't have gotten the Mike Vick experience. But the man wouldn't have been a bum.
I ain't never said he would have been a bum. I just said we would have got the Mike.
I'm not saying you would. I'm not saying you're saying that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I just respect when person can see talent. Same thing I said about your boy. Your boy in there said, if I can get 30 points, you can get 30 points too. You know, damn well that man can't get no 30 points. But what you can do is you can get about 4 3-points. You know what I'm saying? Shots. You know what I'm saying? Like you can make about 4 of them. So I'm gonna put you in position to do so. That's what make the man great.
Like you're saying your talent would your talent should be there to kind of carry you through certain situations, right? Well, imagine if you don't have the talent, what would you do then?
If you didn't have the talent?
Yeah, if you didn't have the talent anymore.
You gotta have the talent to do something.
No. I'm talking about, so for example, let's say my calling was I was a wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
Because I was a wide receiver. My talent is no longer there as a wide receiver. It's not. I used to be a great wide receiver. I was phenomenal. I used to be a few years back, I was the best. Now,
so what was you doing before? So what was you doing before that you're not able to do now?
No, I got look. I'm old now. I'm old.
Well,
I can't do the same thing I used to, but I still want to go out there every night and drop balls and not run routes and get locked down.
Nah, you ain't gonna do that. What we're gonna do is we know you was once great. Let's say like if you are Calvin Johnson, you're a random out. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use you in the red zone. That's when we'll use you. You know what I'm saying?
What would that make me?
You can't catch balls and you can't play wide receiver.
What would that make me?
That's what a wide receiver does. That's
what would that make me?
This is on the job. That don't mean you're a bum. That means your time is up. You had a great career.
My performance is saying I'm a bum.
No
now,
performance.
You can have a reason for me being a bum. Listen, when you get older, you're just not good anymore. That's the reality of it. No, that's the reality of it.
You know what I was thinking? You know what? When you just said that, I was thinking like, damn, but this LA team right here really could use Miami LeBron right now. They really could use that guy.
Who?
Because I feel sorry for the guy because if he don't do like what he did the other night against the Clippers,
yeah, they're losing.
They're losing.
And they're gonna need Miami Brown, but unfortunately they ain't got Miami Brown.
But y'all did have like 4 players out too. But besides that, I mean AD played great. But I just have a different appreciation and respect for players, man. I used to say trash and shit, and then I thought about like, that man can't be trash if he on the roster, man. Like that man on the roster, man. Nah, man, he ain't trash, man.
Yes, he can.
If you want to compare him to another player, say
that's what I'm saying. I'm comparing him to the sports average. I'm not comparing him to the everyday average Joe. I'm not comparing him to me because to me, he'll look crazy. Listen, if like Nicholas Batum, he's closer to Michael Jordan than I am to him. So if you're comparing Nicholas Batum to me, you got it. I'm comparing him to the NBA average. The man's a bum. End of the story. And now you can say, oh, why is he a bum? Okay, he's older. He just can't do it anymore. His legs are gone. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But again, when you ask the man to perform, what do he do? Bummish material. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, man. Nick go out there and play defense. He ain't Portland Nick. No, he ain't that.
No, he can't play defense with a lick, bro.
I know. I'm talking about like post defense. He can play post defense. He can box out. It's all kinds of things you can do, man. But
you know, you're killing me. Yo,
you know, I mean, like, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Agree to disagree. But before we move on to the next topic, this is a question I would ask. Jamie, can you feel about it? So Caleb Williams, he was the consensus #1 quarterback that was supposed to be drafted, right?
Hey, yo.
And obviously, last 3 games, 2 L's back to back, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And in those 2 losses, you know, one game he had a game, and the second game he, kind of did lights out. And the Notre Dame loss, 3 picks, which did not look good for him. The loss at against Utah, he didn't have any picks, but he didn't have any touchdowns either. The win against Cal, it was 50-49. It was a close game. 23 for 40. So which is like about 57%. 2 touchdowns. Do you still think he's the #1 dude? Like, what are your thoughts on Caleb Williams? Are you kind of like it's a rough? Because I'm calling it. I'm gonna be nice and I'm gonna call it a rough patch, only because of that Utah game. He kind of played solid, but I'm getting a little concerned about him, to be honest.
I mean, he was a second coming of Brady, you know. I don't know, man, because I know that defense wasn't that good. Or we'll use the young people words, trash.
If you can't call this defense trash, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Trash.
But nah, man. As a unit, yeah, they are trash. As a unit, yeah, it's a trash unit. You know what I mean? But I mean, at the same time, man, I mean, I don't know what to make of it, man, because I don't know. He got in the wide receiver now. I can't say. I really can't say. Because really, I'm gonna tell you something. That Colorado game could have went different. Like their season really could have been. I mean, they beat up on Stanford what they're supposed to do, but I don't know. I'm lost for words, man. I'm gonna let you have some cause. I mean, he's still gonna be the #1 pick. I mean, that ain't gonna change unless either top 5, top 10. He's still gonna be there, but I don't know, man. Really, if you think about it, ever since the Colorado game, man, if you think about it, I mean, the man don't play defense, but he did enough in the second half of that game because in the first half he went.
And it's kind of crazy.
I don't know.
You said that too, because if you really do look at it, so the Colorado game, you know, it was close, but 30 for 40, 403 yards, 75% completion percentage. He did have a pick, but he also threw 6 touchdowns, right? After that, the Arizona game, 219 yards, 56% completion percentage with only 1 touchdown. And then obviously we're going to talk about the Notre Dame loss. So you are right. Since Colorado, it's kind of been spotty at best, right? Like the Arizona win, which is kind of funny because in the last 4 games, ironically, he's performed better in the losses than he did the wins. Because in those 2 losses, you know, it's better completion percentage, more like it's a little bit out, so it's like, oof, but I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on that before we moved on. Because,
I mean, I haven't heard no more about him by as much as I ain't heard no more about Colorado. You know?
Yeah, the hype on him has cooled off a lot, but
Yeah, pulled off a whole lot, man.
I'm gonna give him an opportunity. I'm gonna give him a chance. And
yeah, we're gonna give him a chance. We ain't just gonna throw him in the
I'm gonna call him a bum eventually, though.
garbage disposal as of yet. Huh?
No. I said eventually I'm gonna call him a bum if he don't get his act together. Eventually. The trade deadline came and went. I'm gonna tell you some of the trades that went down. Obviously, the two big ones, Montez Sweat and Chase Young. Those are the two big ones, right?
That's right.
Man. So for the Chase Young, the Washington Commanders sent Chase Young to San Francisco. And then the 49ers sent Washington a 2024 third round pick. And then for Montez Sweat, the Chicago received Montez Sweat, and then the Commanders received a 2024 second round pick. Obviously, those two are huge implications. Along with the Vikings, Kirk Cousins got hurt, which we'll get into the Kirk Cousins sides of it later down the road. That actually is going to be the next topic. But Minnesota then went and got Josh Dobbs.
Yeah.
And they also got a 2024 seventh round draft pick from Arizona, and then Arizona received a 2024 sixth round draft pick. So, you tell me which trades made you go, huh? You know, like,
man, the Chase Young, man. I mean, we're gonna get straight to it. The Chase Young trade was like, man, that's game changing right there. But like I said about all acquisitions, all that type of stuff, it still got to play out. It still got to work. But being a part of a team that can possibly win, bring the best out of a lot of players.
A lot. And think about it. The only problem Chase Young really had was him being able to stay healthy. That's the only issue. When he's on the field, the kid is a demon. I think when you're on a stacked defense like the 49ers have, it's less pressure on you now. So every time you go, you don't got to go for the sack. Now you're like, look, even if I just get a little bit of pressure, I'm good. So I think this was the best place for Chase Young to go.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
You know what I mean? Go to a place that obviously can win, so you still got that hunger. Go to a place where they don't need you to break records. So now you can kind of stay healthy and all that stuff. I think this was I think it was the best place for him, not only on the field but off the field too, with involving his health.
Yeah, man. I just think that this can be the thing that really, and once they get everybody back, Debo back, what's my man, Trent Williams?
Yep.
Once they get them guys back, I mean, just the fact, I'm trying to tell you, man, just on the lower level, me playing a little football, not for no high school, man, but I'm playing for my neighborhood, man, and we go out there and bust our tail, man, but we always had a couple guys that always didn't take it as serious as we took it. Sometimes caused fights, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, what the hell? And then one day I told him, I said, you know what, y'all? I talked to my cousin. I said, cuz, I'm coming to play for y'all. I'm coming to play for the team. And these guys smoke weed. They drink hard liquor. This one was in high school. And they kicked our tail every time. And we over there as sober as we wanted to be. Them boys are full-time crack dealers and everything. Came in, kicked our tail, man. You know what I'm saying? And I told cuz, I'm coming to play with y'all. We never got to play the game. But I knew I was going to go for 4 touchdowns that game. Cuz was going to feed me the ball. You know what I'm saying? I just want to show these guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of y'all playing around. And I think Chase Young going to be like, okay, I got you. Y'all was just, only reason why y'all didn't make the Super Bowl really because you didn't have a quarterback. I can come in here and help and contribute. And it ain't all on me. It ain't going to be about being the first pick of the first round and the defense in Ohio State and all this and that. I can go in here and just do this. It's a difference, man. It's a difference.
Yeah, for sure, it definitely is. And for me, it was. I like I said, I liked it. The other one that I sort of kind of liked, but kind of confused me a little bit, was Montez Sweat going to Chicago. I don't know. I that was like, okay, I sort of kind of get it. You're getting a 27-year-old Pro Bowl caliber talent. You know, Chicago needed, you know, pass rush.
What's the direction in Chicago right now, though? What's the direction like?
That's for me the confusing part about it, because now I'm like, you don't trade for a guy like Montez Sweat unless you're really trying to make a push, but you don't have much there to push, especially with Justin Fields still being out. He's probably going to end up missing tomorrow.
I mean, are they going to stay with Fields beyond this season with all these quarterbacks coming out next year?
Oh, for sure. If I'm Chicago, I do. But they probably won't. They'll probably try to move on. But it's like that kind of complex a little bit. One move I did like that kind of went a little under the radar. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they ended up making a trade, which I honestly really like, for Ezra Cleveland, from the Minnesota Vikings, offensive lineman. Jacksonville got offensive lineman Ezra Cleveland. The Vikings ended up getting a 2024 6th-round draft pick. I like it because I don't know about but I got this is how much I love my life. I got Christian Kirk and Travis Etienne on my fantasy football team.
Okay.
Have yet to let me down, them two. Have yet to let me down. Right? Yet to let me down. And they're now bolstering their offensive line, which not only helps Trevor Lawrence throw the ball more, but also helps Etienne run the ball more efficiently.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I loved it from a Jacksonville Jaguars team that is going to be trying to make a push. So a 24-24 6th-round pick really isn't all that, all that crazy. They're getting a young offensive, I don't want to say young because he's 25, but it's still a guy that fits better than you can get in the draft. So I wanted to give, big ups to that move because I love that one a lot. I really did. But I think you and I agreed, like the two biggest moves was Montez Sweat to Chicago and Chase Young to the 49ers. Before I move on, of those two moves, which one made a bigger kind of impact for you?
I mean, Chase Young was the biggest impact. He was just the biggest impact because he's a big time player when he's not injured. And the fact that you can't double team neither him or Bosa. I mean, you could, but I mean, then that means that rush up the middle gonna fall through. I just think it's classic 49ers. That's what they do. They either gonna draft. They always draft great like defensive linemen. There's something about them that they just draft well upon a defensive line. So even when you take it back to like when what's my man who coach Michigan now? I forgot his name that quick. When Cap and all them there, Alex Smith, they had Alden Smith and they had Willis. Yeah, they had Patrick Willis, and they just had all these linebackers, man, all these defensive linemen. And they always do that. They always, I give them that. Certain teams do certain things, like Pittsburgh, always great with the linebackers. Always great with, drafting wide receivers, especially since Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin been up. They always keep some wide receivers in the stash, man. They always do. So, but I like what San Francisco did. Period.
And then just kind of letting you know, this came out about an hour ago. So Montez Sweat and the Bears agreed to an extension, 4 years, $98 million extension with $72.8 million guaranteed.
Trying to put up or shut up.
So, I mean,
we have to do a deep dive on the Bears to see what they got going on, man. I don't know what. I mean, I know they went out there and got DJ Moore, and I know that Fields supposed to have been having a great year, but I only know who they starting running back is. Like, I don't know too much about the O-line. Yeah, I don't know too much about their team, really. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I know they got Edmonds from Buffalo, the linebacker, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's.
And you always
Chicago
want to see
Bears.
Chicago do good. One of the most historical teams in the NFL, them in Green Bay. You know, you always want to see them in the midst, but I just don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. And just because I don't know that means it's a bad thing. I just have no. If you like you trying to get information out of me about my opinion on it, I can't tell you nothing because I don't know what they're
I
doing.
feel you. I mean, for me, it's weird. It really is because for me, I'm looking at it as, you know. So before they kind of were just doing this thing where we want to get some offensive, pieces to try to figure out. But my thing is I don't know, man. Get Montez. I don't know. Now, mind you, they did need a pass rush, so I don't.
They
I'm
did,
not
yeah.
gonna. They needed that bad, but I just. It is what, but you didn't give up too much for it. So that's
You
kind of
did.
why I'm not saying it's a dumb move, but I don't know. It just doesn't really make that much sense to
And
me.
I'm
But
assuming that they're gonna have some money this offseason because Phil's still on his rookie
this year,
contract.
yep.
So I mean they could probably go out there and plug some holes but like I tell people all the time, man. And I ain't trying to be funny, but you remember a couple years ago when y'all went wild spending all that money, getting the 2 tight ends and all this and that. I really thought that okay, this is something different for them because they usually don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
They try to put themselves in position, but it just didn't work out. So I mean, like you gotta have straight up direction from the head coach all the way to the GM to the owner. Like what are we doing? What are we trying to establish? And it's gonna start with the quarterback. I guess, man, I don't know, dog. Good for Sweat though. I mean, say
Mm-hmm.
72 million guaranteed.
Yep. And
Sound like a winner to me.
oh yeah, he the big winner. I don't even think it's like even a
But
question,
Washington
man.
let them 2 boys go because they the last year that was the last year that deals with them, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean it makes sense to do. Yeah, it makes sense to do.
Yeah. So moving on though, because we did mention, Josh Dobbs, and people wonder if you kind of live under a rock, you don't know why. So Kirk Cousins basically suffered Achilles injury. Aaron Rodgers 2.0. So here's a question I got for you. This is the final year of Kirk Cousins' career. Okay.
That's right.
He's hurt. Justin Jefferson is on the IR, and Justin Jefferson refused to sign an extension because he's like, look, y'all don't have Kirk Cousins here. I'm not wasting my time. So here's the question.
He has every right to. Every right to.
Yeah. I mean, listen. If I'm Justin Jefferson, I'm looking at what happened to Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams went to the Raiders because, and we'll talk about the Raiders in a minute, but he went there for Derek Carr. After 1 year, Derek Carr was out, and now he's stuck there. Now he's feeling like a boo-boo to fool. Justin Jefferson said, baby boy, not this kid today. So here's the question I got for you. Do you, and again, if you think there's a chance, I want you to be honest with me. You think Kirk Cousins signs an extension with the Vikings? Do you think the Vikings go a different direction but get a quarterback that can appease Justin Jefferson? Or do you think they try to play hardball with Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins? How do you think this ends? Do you think Kirk Cousins done in Minnesota?
I think considering that this is the last year of his deal before the injury, I felt that they was going to draft a quarterback next year anyway, depending on what they felt in the draft order, like depending on their record or whatever. But now that he has suffered the injury, I can see him coming back and being a mentor for a year. Sound like a 1-year deal or something, you know what I'm saying? Coming back. Because they're going to draft somebody. I mean, like, you got Jefferson on IR. Me personally, I wouldn't let him come back. Like, man, just, hey, I don't need you being out. We ain't got no chance of winning unless you're just trying to get stats up. I mean, but that's for you. Yeah. But I care about you enough to put to put everything to the side to tell you you're not coming back. And I guess for Jefferson, depends on who they draft. But it's gonna happen with Kurt. With Kurt be able to come back and do like a year. You know what I'm saying, before the other guy starts the year after that. And it's a lot, man, because considering that you had an opportunity to compete for a wild card spot, just coming into the season, you know what I'm saying? You think about the division since Aaron Rodgers gone, but it started off with 0-4. So now you're thinking, all right. So now you're thinking, all right, Detroit doing what they're doing. Let's just see if we can get in position for a wild card. Now you get in position for a top 5 pick.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, I always felt with this being his last year that they were going to draft quarterback next year. Anyway, I always felt that anyway. Now, what type of attention he gets, I don't know. But I think at this point right here, considering that he did tear his Achilles, the time it's going to take for him to come back, probably like a 1-year deal. Be honest.
I mean, I will say this when it comes to the Vikings, they lose their season opener to the Buccaneers by 3 points. They lose to the Eagles by 1 possession. They lose to the Chargers by 1 possession, right? Beat the Panthers, lose to the Chiefs by 1 possession, beat the Bears, lose to the Vikings by 1 possession, and beat the Packers. So I'm looking at a 4-4 team right now, right? They're 4-4. Yeah. But again, they can easily be 8-0 if we're going to be 100% honest. Because it's a 1 possession game, and a lot of these games are losing by only like 4 points type
That's
of game,
right.
right?
Yeah.
But here's the issue that I have with Kirk Cousins coming back for a year.
Okay.
He bet on himself once and won. When he left Washington, bet on himself because they franchise tagged him and said, you know what, I'm gonna do me. Got that big deal from Minnesota. I think with the fact that Justin Jefferson is saying, I refuse to go anywhere without Kirk Cousins, I think that's going to put pressure on him. And I do agree with you that I think they draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a 1-year deal.
Okay.
I think you're looking at a 3-year deal.
Okay.
I think they do that so that way you can get Justin Jefferson to extend long term. And then you have enough time to get this backup ready. If he's not ready, then you're giving yourself more time to figure out what to do.
Can I ask a quick question?
Go ahead.
I'm having a nip moment right now. I have to ask this.
Go ahead.
So if the guy sits for 3 years, did that make him a bum? All right, go ahead.
For sure. He's a bum. He's a bum.
All right, go ahead.
But now, like, it also depends what quarterback they get and all that stuff. But
yeah, that's right.
If I'm the Vikings, I want to appease Justin Jefferson because I do want him staying long term. And like I said, everything you're saying, I love. The only thing I'm changing is I'm gonna keep Kirk Cousins for I would do like a 2-year deal with a 3rd-team option, or maybe just give him all 3 years, whatever. I would do something like that. So that'd
be great.
You see what I'm saying? That way you're keeping everybody. Everybody would be happy. You still get to draft any youngster that you want. You're giving that youngster an ample opportunity for him to get ready and him to see, okay, so this is how Kirk Cousins plays with Justin Jefferson. You know, in practice, let me try to get a couple throws with Justin Jefferson, see how we can go. You're now giving yourself plenty of time.
And so Kirk is a professional too. No.
Right. He's a professional. You know what I mean? So, like, if there's any team that you can, like, any quarterback you can do this plan with, it's Kirk Cousins. Because Kirk Cousins will be like, okay, I understand it. It's business. You're still giving me 3 years. You're paying me properly. I'm not going to complain. So,
I got you on that.
I feel like that would be, like, the best case scenario for them, to be honest. You know, now, I think the worst case scenario would be them doing, he's hurt. Let's move on from him. Whatever. I think that would be the worst case scenario. Because the only way I think that's fine is if you somehow in your mind know we got a quarterback that will whether it's here's the tricky part. I don't know really what quarterback like that would be on the move. But maybe the Dolphins aren't fully bought in on Tua Tagovailoa, or I call him Tua Tagovaigoda.
I mean, if they're not in on him, then they got an issue.
For sure.
Yeah,
I've been
it's a
screaming
real life
for the
issue.
longest time. I've been screaming. If you give this kid, like, if you show him you believe in him, this is what he could do. And lo and behold. But for me, it really comes
He's
down
a baller,
to,
man.
oh my Lord, he's
a baller, man.
But for me, it all really depends. Like I said, I don't think there's anybody that could really go out there and get. So you would almost have to bring back Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
You'd almost have to.
Yeah, you got to bring them back.
Because you know what I mean?
You know,
like,
these teams are sometimes, man. You know, these teams would be like, they see you like on your last leg and just want to, you know, do whatever. But the best thing that they could do is to bring Kirk back. I agree with you with an additional 3 years that would allow whoever the new rookie backup for him to learn, how Kirk just move in general, just being a professional, being a leader, and then you can start your next tenure. Same with your new quarterback.
Yep. So, but we'll see how it goes. Because, man, it's a shame too. Because the Vikings were kind of getting on a roll. You know? And they had a legitimate chance at being that. You know, because you mentioned it earlier. They had a legitimate chance of being that wild card team.
Yeah, I mean, in the South, this is only going to be one team to come out.
And that's whoever wins it.
Yeah, 2 teams out the West. You know, supposed to be on the one team out the East was supposed to be us, but Philly doing their thing. So 2 teams out of there. You know, so I mean, you had a fighting chance.
Yep. So, but
you never know. Dallas might come in there and make enough plays because the defense been playing good for him. So I mean, he may make enough plays the 4-point games that they're losing to put it in their favor. He may, man. But then again, who knows? I mean, since the man played Dallas, I don't know if he's been playing too well or whatever, so he may be trash. So,
speaking of trash, have we agreed that Josh McDaniels is trash? Come on! As a head coach, he's trash.
As a head coach, he is sanitation juice.
But if I say dumpster juice, I'm the bad guy. It's crazy.
You can say dumpster juice. Dumpster juice. I'm gonna tell you a scary moment. Back to that day when I rode on the back of that garbage truck and I was on White House Road.
Don't tell me you fell.
Huh?
I said, don't tell me you fell.
No, I ain't fall.
Woo!
But I didn't dress for the occasion. I had me a pair of casual shoes on, some nice blue jeans, and a button up.
Why? No.
I didn't know I was gonna be on the back of the damn thing, man. I thought I was gonna be up in the front, chilling. You know what I'm saying? I thought they gonna make shit. They put me to hey, look. It's school traffic. I'm out down White House Road. I don't know how many people know me. But guess what the scary thing is? I can block that out. Guess what the scary thing was?
What was it?
That juice that was down there, they just kept jumping. It kept jumping. I said, it's gonna get me, boy. Every time that truck moved,
you're like, I got to throw all this out.
Hey, every time that truck moved, man, I had to make an emergency stop. It didn't get me though, but yeah.
Lord, I would still be scared that it would, man.
Real job, man.
But I've said this before and I'll say it again.
Yeah.
As an offensive coordinator, he's not bad. He's very good. But as a head coach, he cannot handle all the responsibility. He simply can't.
That comes
he's not
with
built
it,
for it.
That's trash. Right.
End of story. Yeah, like there's a lot of responsibility like that. Not everyone can handle it, right? For example, Todd Bowles, his first stint, struggled, but he's a great defensive coordinator. Vance Joseph is another one. As a head coach, man's not good, but as a defensive coordinator, that's your guy. Matt Patricia, as a head coach, not good. Defensive coordinator, that's the guy you want to go to, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of guys, right? Here's what's crazy. Yeah. After that he got fired, a lot of guys started basically showing their pleasure for his firing.
Hey, it be that way sometimes.
Like,
have you ever been on a job and you came to work and you heard your supervisor got fired and everybody knows that there happy as
happy as a bug. So Hunter Renfrow said this after the firing. There's a different energy. I think he, referring to interim coach Antonio Pierce, I think he alluded to it. It's fun when you have nothing to lose. Let's go out there and have a great time and play hard and fast. We're not walking on eggshells everywhere.
That's who. And look, he hasn't done nothing as a head coach as of yet. But just by his press conference alone, I say sign him to a 2-year deal, 3-year deal, because I like the mentality.
You know what it reminds me of? You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a couple years ago when John Gruden got fired, and they brought old buddy. I think he was a special teams coach, something like that, and they brought him up. Rick,
I think I know what you're talking about, man.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he gives me that same vibe where it's like these dudes will run through a wall because of the love and appreciation that he's showing the players. Like the number one thing that a lot of players say about Antonio Pierce. Yeah, when we mess up, he's spoken to us before. But the way he's spoken to us, it's not you're stupid, what are you doing? It's bro, you're better than that. That type of energy that he exudes. So it's kind of like they're willing to listen to it better because it's like he's being hard on us, but he's being hard on us in this moment because we deserve it, because we could play better, and he knows that. And it's not just him yelling at them; it's him going, "Bro, listen, whatever." And he goes, "Yo, Devontae, next time when you do that break, look a second earlier. You got to remember, he delivers the ball a little differently, right? Like you're used to Aaron Rodgers. He Jimmy Garoppolo, and then obviously when him hurt, it's like it's a different type of delivery. So just try to giving him that type of pointer. So now I'm not just gonna yell that. Now it's constructive criticism.
Yeah,
so that's one of the things that a lot of the players here really love.
I got a question for you, man.
Go ahead. Yes, he's a bum.
Oh, not about that. The movie Rudy. Have you ever seen it?
Yes, sir.
So what you think about Rudy?
He was a bum in the beginning, for sure. He was a bum. Are you telling me in the beginning he was not? He wasn't good in the beginning. Have you watched the movie? Have you watched it?
Right over there. I got it.
The man in the beginning was not good. Now, about halfway through as you start getting further and further in, man became a stud for sure. But in the beginning, man was not. He wouldn't meet the average.
Let me ask you this: name me another NFL player, a college player, who got a special teams tackle and a sack. You know what I'm saying? To seal the win of the game. I mean, they was already winning, but still, I had to put a little extra on. Name me a player got a special teams tackle and then got a sack to end the game. Name them two.
To end the game?
To end the game. It went number like 13 seconds. Bro. Name me another college player who lied about going to a school that he wasn't even going to, but ended up going to a school and bringing his dad there so his dad could see it. Name me another player. Name me another player where hold on. Name me another player where his teammates went to the coach, put their jersey down, and said they ain't playing to let you.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Congratulations, you got guys who sing "Kumbaya." You're in the beginning. He didn't deserve to play time because he wasn't good. As it went on, he got better.
The dude was 5'5" playing defensive end.
So
that's a coach's fault.
He wasn't good in the beginning. See, you're trying to make it seem like this was Remember the Titans, where everybody was talented and everybody had something, but it was just like the racial undertone that they just couldn't get along with each other. That's what you're trying to pretend that it's like, but it wasn't like that. Rudy sucked in the beginning.
But you go hard, but you wait, man. Hey, man. That's the coach's fault. They put him at defense end. No, they supposed to have him as a short yardage back. They know they put short yardage back.
I'm not doing this back and forth argument.
Nah, it's all love, man. I just thought about it. I'm looking over here. I never asked about Rudy. Hey, Hey, I was praying for my kids. I'm like, this is what we about to watch. Hey, this is what they would do. They would do this right here. I said, you damn right. That's what we about to watch.
Lordy. Get ready for the predictions.
Yeah, let's do that.
Bet, man. I can't wait. I cannot.
Hey, man, speaking of predictions, man, hey,
go ahead.
We both ain't been doing good all year long. You know that, right?
I've been solid. I think.
Man, hey, I be sitting here like, hey, boy, man, pick this game right here. Or we pick this one right here.
I'm a let me see. Let me pull up some of the
that Notre Dame down by 8 with they clown too.
Cause where is it? Okay, right. So right now I'm 70-51.
$19 games though.
Yeah, which ain't bad. All right. So the first game we're gonna talk about, Dolphins and Chiefs. That one's in Germany.
That's right.
So that's gonna be at 9:30 in the morning.
I will have my bowl of cereal. I just went and got some cereal today. I talked to somebody else. I talked to my cousin. Matter of fact, he think it's gonna be low scoring affair, and may pick up in the fourth. I think it's gonna be an aerial assault right from the beginning.
I understand why you think it'll be a low scoring game, because think about it, that's a lot of travel, and a lot of the players say they don't like that. You know what I mean? So it could be, but I think the first half will be slow, and then it'll pick up in the second half. So I'm closer to leaning on to your side of things, because again, these are two very high powered offenses that I don't think is, you know. I got the Chiefs over the Dolphins.
I got Dolphins over the Chiefs.
I'm saying this with the hope that Travis Kelce cooks for me, because last week he didn't have a good game. Well, I don't want to say he didn't have a good game. He had a very average game, which is unfair because Travis Kelce is a unicorn. So every time he has an average game, it feels like he took a step back, right?
Quick question: what do you have him all time in tight end? Ranked tight end
all time?
Yeah,
I never actually sat down and thought about it.
Because a lot of people be saying like he the greatest tight end, and don't get me wrong. But
I got two tight ends over him. I got 2 tight ends over him minimum.
I got 3.
You got 3. I think I bet I can guess your 3. I got Rob Gronkowski over him.
That's right.
I got Shannon Sharp over him.
Okay.
And I got Tony Gonzalez over him.
That's it.
Though, like I got those 3. I know I said 2. I got those 3. Some people want to take out Gronk because of the injuries, and I sort of kind of understand that, because again, you know what I mean? But that's kind of my thing. Is like, yo, Gronk was just a different breed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of the stuff Travis Kelce was doing, Gronk was doing it before it was cool to do.
I'm gonna explain something to you right quick. I don't give a damn about no injuries. I care about what he did when he was out there. I'm saying when he wasn't hurt. It's like you take a person like Terrell Davis, who played 7 years in the NFL, and his career within those 7 years, he did more in those 7 years than a lot of dudes did in 15. I don't give a damn. When you get the opportunity, did you perform? Yes or no? That's all I care about. Gronk changed the freaking game. Everybody was trying to find someone that was 6'7", 6'8" as a tight end. Hell, even Dallas did it with Gathers when we had Rico. He was 6'8". So I don't want to hear that. Gronk changed the freaking game, y'all, and he could block too.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
He can do everything. Man.
Yeah.
Like I said, those are my 4. Now, I'll be honest with you. This is where a lot of people get upset with me.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to drop one of those 3 guys to make room for Travis Kelce, I would probably drop Tony Gonzalez.
Very interesting.
A lot of people tell me they would. I don't know why, but for some reason, no one ever wants to drop Tony Gonzalez. I always felt like if I'm looking at them and what they, like, you know, and kind of what they do,
yeah,
I feel like Tony Gonzalez is kind of like the odd man out. I feel like of all of them, he's not.
Why is that though?
I don't know. I feel like he's not the strongest. He's not the fastest. He doesn't have the best. Like, of those 4, he really is the worst, which is kind of sucks to say, because it almost sounds like I'm making him sound like he's a bum. But like, I'm comparing him to, like, you know, if we're gonna be honest, like, my personal opinion, those, like, even with Travis Kelce, that's the 4 of the Mount Rushmore when it comes to tight ends for me. Now, if you got another name out there, I'm more than willing to hear it. I have no problem indulging in the conversation. But I got Gronk, Shannon Sharp, Travis Kelce, Tony Gonzalez. Those are my 4. And if I have to make a top 3, for me, Tony Gonzalez is the one that's the odd man out. Because if you got to rank all their stuff, Tony Gonzalez has the worst hands of those 3. You know,
You think so?
Of those 4, I think so.
Tony caught some tough shit, man. And then look at what Tony was able to do. He didn't have the one thing that everybody else had, was a consistent quarterback.
I don't know about that. Well, no, you're right. You're right, because he did have patches of great quarterbacks here and there, or very good quarterbacks here and there.
The best one he played with was Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan, and he had Alex Smith for a bit. No. Hold on.
Trent Green. He had Trent Green. I know he had Trent Green.
Trent Green is which was very good, very good.
Green was dope. Green was dope.
Yeah, it was good, which is not bad, But you're right, because then after that it was Rich Gannon, who not bad. And then
but he wasn't the Rich Gannon that was in Oakland though. He wasn't that Rich Gannon though.
No, right. He wasn't that Rich Gannon, but he wasn't a bum either. He was.
No, he wasn't a bum. No, he could ball.
Yeah, he was solid. For sure.
He could ball.
Yeah, but I'm looking at a lot of the names, and it's like, excuse me.
Check this out, man. Brady,
they're not bums.
top 5 quarterback. Elway could be to the top 5, top 10 out top. Who's the other one that we were talking about? Oh yeah, and then King Mahomes, he already top 10 all the time. So, hey, AFC ain't better.
I'm gonna have to actually sit down and think about that one.
Well, okay, you do.
I'm not 100% because I'm saying that because I'm not saying it because I disagree. I'm just saying it because I don't know. I gotta sit down and think on that because I don't know if he's even better than Matt Ryan. He's a bum. Patrick Mahomes is a bum. No, but I'm gonna have to sit down and see because I think you can make. I think the de facto he is a top 15. I think that's the de facto.
Okay, we can do that right now.
I think it's more along the lines of can he when you got him top 15? Is he between 12 and 8? I think that's kind of where the conversation is really kind of. That's when you start getting to the nitty gritty of it. Because I think between 12 and 8 is kind of like, do you have him just outside the top 10 or do you have him just inside the top 10? And I think that's kind of when I think that for Patrick Mahomes, I think that's where the conversation kind of really gets into the nitty gritty. You know what I mean? But
who we got in it?
But nah, in terms of tight ends, we're gonna have a conversation about that.
We'll do that for you.
Yeah, that's
for
sure. That's actually very, very interesting. So you got the Dolphins, I got the Chiefs. The next game, Vikings at Falcons. I got the Vikings.
I got the Falcons.
You got the Falcons. Josh Dobbs has kind of been playing his role perfectly, just like game manager type of thing. And even though they don't have Justin Jefferson, you still got Jordan Madison. You still got T.J. Hawkinson. Like, you know what I mean? You got Cam Akers who can still kind of run the ball with you. So it's like, I think the Vikings have just enough where they can kind of, just plug someone in there in the quarter position, manage the game, and just kind of secure with a dud. I think they do that. Unless they're intentionally trying to lose, so that way they can get a better draft pick. But then that's the problem. Why would you even trade for Josh Dobbs? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of why I don't think they're taking it.
We Atlanta the quarterback this week.
Yep, Atlanta keeps playing.
Yeah, I like Heineke. I like him. And I just think that Atlanta can run the ball. And I like the weapon they do have. So I'm just going with them.
Okay. All right. The next game, Bears at Saints.
Saints.
Yeah, I think you and I both agree. It's going to be the Saints.
Going to that one.
Yeah, there's really no point. Yeah, Saints. Next game, Rams at Packers. Rams.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rams too.
Now I did hesitate for a split second.
I did too. Cause we could call. Cause was the ticket spot yesterday we were talking about it.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with
I did hesitate for a split second because I was
But I'm
like,
going to the Rams. I'm gonna go to the
yeah.
Rams. I think the Rams gonna have a real good passing day. And have a real good passing day tomorrow.
The next game, Commanders at Patriots.
I got the Patriots.
Same. Like, this is one of those games that we should win. Now, knowing us, we're gonna lose by 3 touchdowns. It's so hard. It is so hard. It's only been 1 year.
Yeah, if you thought Jonathan Allen was pissed off the other week ago, you ain't seen that yet. The fact that he got to sit here for these Nets, for the second half of the season, losing all the time. So yeah, you ain't seen that yet.
Yeah. Now again, they did trade Montez Sweat and Chase Young. So
who they gonna have a defensive end? Me and you.
Shoot, they probably wouldn't even have a defensive end. Probably just do a 3-man rush and just drop another linebacker. Cause that's crazy.
Yeah.
The next game, Seahawks at Ravens.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I think that Seattle. I just think the Ravens are balling on both sides right now. You know what I'm saying? I think as a unit, everybody's on the same page. And I've been waiting for the Ravens defense to really show up. I think the last few weeks that they have been showing up. I think that Lamar Jackson right now, I think he's able to see what he has and what he got going on. Me personally, feed the ball to Andrews in the passing game, get him about 15 targets, give my man Flowers his targets, and just play Raven ball. I think them playing Raven ball, but I just don't put nothing past Pete Carroll though. You know, if they can get that running game established, get some play action going. You know, but I got the Ravens.
I do think Seattle can pull off this upset. I really do.
Okay.
And this morning I woke up thinking Seattle's gonna win.
Yeah.
But I lock in my picks between the latest Thursday night before the Thursday night game.
Okay.
So I picked the Ravens, so I'm sticking by it. I am sticking by it. I agree with you. Make sure Mark Andrews gets his touches. Don't forget about Zay Flowers. Try to get Odell a little more involved.
Is he back?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, he's back. He played last week.
Okay.
Yeah, he played last week. So I would try to get him, a little more involved. But at the same time, because I think eventually he's gonna be a little upset. I think right now he's only got like 14 catches. Let me double check. Yeah, 162. So he's got 14 catches for 162 yards. And it's just, I want Odell, because the thing is Odell does get a little open, but it's just, when you're Lamar Jackson, he's already built some type of connection with Zay Flowers because he's been there a little earlier, and then obviously Mark Andrews. So, but like I said, even though I woke up this morning thinking Seattle could do it, bump that noise. I'm going with Ravens because I already locked that in. So, the next game we got, Buccaneers at Texans. I got the Buccaneers winning, but I honestly think it's close. I almost picked Houston, almost.
I'm gonna go Texas at home. They disappointed me last week. They allowed Carolina to get their first win, and I was hoping Carolina would go 0-17, and so that made me feel sad. But I'm gonna go Texas at home. I like them at home.
Yeah, like I said, I almost picked Texas, but I'm rocking out with the Buccaneers. Next game, here is the weird one: the Arizona Cardinals playing the Cleveland Browns. I'm picking the Browns because obviously they just got rid of Cardinals got rid of Josh Dobbs. Here's the weird part: they're making it seem like Kyler Murray could play.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
Like, but I think what's the new backup's name? It's like Clayton Tune, I think his name is, or Ton or something.
Yeah, like that. I mean, I seen it, but I ain't paying no attention.
Yeah, like he's like even as soon as earlier today, they have refused, and the Cardinals have refused to say who's starting. That leads me to believe that Kyler Murray is still not healthy, but they want him to play, so they're waiting until the last possible second.
Yeah, just to see. You
know what I mean? But that being said, with how much time he missed, there's going to be rust. So I'm rocking with the Browns.
Okay, yeah, I got the Browns too. I got the Browns out because of Myles Garrett.
Oh, you're right. You're right. After what he did last week, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
The next game, which I believe, oh nope. So this is the first 4:00 game. The Colts at Panthers.
I'm gonna go Colts.
I'm going Colts because I honestly, no lie, before the season even started, I had the Panthers going over.
Yeah,
I had the Panthers going over. So I'm not. I'm just always gonna pick against them. Just like I'm always gonna pick against the Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I told you this last week. A couple weeks ago, I put it all on the Broncos. Not last week, the week before last.
Yeah. Last time
Yeah, and I put it all up on them. And it's crazy because had they won a couple weeks ago, I would have picked them to upset the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But they sold me. So for the rest of this year, I'm picking against the Broncos no matter what. I don't care if they're playing the Panthers. I'm picking against them.
Yeah, I just thought that, after you play Hype Machine to them in the offseason when we did this,
But listen, I thought they'd be better. And
it's cool, man. You gotta play yourself. It's all right.
Listen, I thought they was gonna be better, and unfortunately, no.
They're not a very good team.
Not at all. That's the unfortunate reality of it.
Yeah, that's
not a good team at all.
Say Broncos
not
Nation.
A good team at all. By the way, before we get off, I want to play a game with you. After this one, I want you to remind me. Remind me because this is gonna be a fun game. Right. So we both said Colts, right?
That's right. We both got Colts.
I bet. All right. The 4:30 game. There's going to be two of them. Giants at Raiders. I got the Raiders. I think they're kind of firing on all cylinders in terms of like the emotion. Plus, Giants are a dumpster fire right now. Can I say that?
I'm gonna go Giants.
Wow.
Only because I want to go against the Raiders. Only for the Raiders to win. You know what? Bump that. I'm going Oakland. I ain't got time to play no games. I got Vegas. I ain't got time to play no games, man.
So you got Vegas? Okay.
Yeah, I got Vegas, man.
I just want to make sure. Okay.
Oh man, Monday night game, Chargers and Jets. Dang.
Yep. We'll get to that in a minute. The second 4:30 game, Cowboys at Eagles. I got Eagles winning. Go ahead. I got Eagles winning by like 2 possessions. Yeah, I got them winning by 2 possessions. Yep. Every moment.
You see what it is? I ain't gotta say nothing. That's why I put it in the camera. You see what it is?
Every moment. Listen, every moment. Let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you're ready to move on. I'm gonna give you.
You're gonna move on. I gave you my answer already.
I understand that, but the way you're holding the hat makes it seem like you still want to. I'll give you a couple minutes. I don't mind giving you a couple minutes.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't give you my answer.
Good. All right, cool. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, you good. Yeah.
I just want to make sure because that way when y'all get Molly Wop,
it's cool.
I just want to make sure. The 8 o'clock game. Here's the 8 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Bills at Bengals.
Now, was this last year where the incident happened in Cincinnati? Well, on DeMar Hamlin? It was in Cincinnati, right? Yeah.
I do not remember if it was in Cincinnati. That's
I think
just
it
it. I
was.
don't remember if it was in Cincinnati.
I think it was.
Let me. I'll double check. I'll double check.
Yeah, I think it was.
Hurt.
Because I remember he had to stay behind, and the team went back to Buffalo or something like that.
Let me see, because I'm trying to. Because I'm literally trying to figure out when, like, not only when, but like where.
Well, it was last December when they played.
I thought it was in January.
Oh, it wasn't January?
Was it? I don't know. I'm trying to figure
No, that happened when the time I was in the hospital. Hell, wasn't it? I think me and DeMar went to the hospital the same night. He had a heart issue. I had me one too. It was in November, right?
It's in November. I'll tell you right now. Nope, January 3rd. I'm looking at articles. They're saying January 3rd.
Dang. Okay. I thought it was in November.
It looks, yeah. No, you was right. It was in Cincinnati.
Yeah, it was in Cincinnati because I remember the team had he had to stay behind.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I remember that. Yep. He had to stay behind for like a couple weeks before he can, or not a couple days before he got flown out. Yep, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be the first time Buffalo goes there since the incident.
And that was like the last game of the season or something like that. Yeah, it sure was. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was last game of the season. Yeah. Okay. Word. All right. I'm going Cincinnati still though.
So who you got?
Cincinnati.
I got the Bills.
Okay.
I think it'll be a dogfight though. That's gonna be.
I like how Joe Mixon was running last week, man. He was hitting that. He was hitting the hole. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh.
Then the last game, Chargers at Jets. I think it goes without saying, right?
I'm going Jets.
What are you doing? Why? Can I ask you that? Why?
Because they play good at home, man.
Have your moment on.
The defense plays good at home. And the offense does enough just, I mean, Breece Hall, right?
Have your moment, man. Have your moment.
I mean, he done got the runner.
All right. So I want to. All right. So before we get out of here, I want to play a game with you, right?
Okay, word.
I'm genuinely curious, right? I don't know. I'm just curious. I want to see if we can play this every single week.
Okay.
Where I'm gonna pick a random sport, right? And then I'm gonna have two resumes, right? And then I want you to. I'm not gonna tell you who they are until afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you their stats, and then I want you to tell me who you would rather have.
All right.
Okay. So, NFL, these are quarterbacks. Right? Watch you pick that. Watch, you're gonna pick that. So for this guy, quarterback A, 1,613 yards, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Okay.
All right.
Quarterback number 2, and by the way, the completion percentage is 66.1% for quarterback number 1.
Okay.
For quarterback number 2, 2,257 yards, only 15 touchdowns, but 8 interceptions, and 68.8% completion percentage.
I take quarterback A. Let's take quarterback A.
Let's take quarterback A. Mm-hmm. Congratulations. You picked Russell Wilson over Patrick Mahomes this year. I just love when a plan falls together. I love when.
But see, I already knew that. At first, I thought it was gonna be a NBA like type of Michael Jordan, LeBron
No,
type
no,
of
no, no,
deal.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
No. Here's the only.
So
Here's
I
the
already knew.
only.
Nip, this game has you written all over it.
You said what? No,
This
no,
game
no.
has you written all over it.
No, I'm
knew you
just
was
curious
up
of
to
who you would pick. That's all. I just because Russell, you've been slandering Russell Wilson a little bit, so I just had to defend him real quick. There's only one rule with this game. There's only going to be one rule with this game. They're going to be active players, and it would only be for the season we are in. So I'm not going to sit. I'm not going to sit here and go for what. No, I'm going to talk about the players right here, right now.
Yeah.
And you picked Russell Wilson over Patrick Mahomes. I love my life right now.
Okay,
honestly, like, no.
I got a question to ask you.
Go ahead.
Knowingly, do you think I would have picked Russell Wilson?
If I told you the same thing with and I told you the names, no. But that just goes to show my point. If I take away the name, Russ ain't playing all that bad. That's all I'm saying.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know what the hell going on.
He's playing pretty average, sure. If you want to say he's average, all right. I don't think he's playing.
Well, see, at first I was gonna ask you what's the records for these quarterbacks. I know you were gonna give me that. So
I wouldn't have told you.
I know you would.
Honestly, I wouldn't have told you. Swear to God, because once I spit out the records, you would have guessed it. I think you would have guessed it.
I thought it was gonna be like a quarterback who probably wasn't playing too well, and a quarterback who was playing real good, but then had a big name. So I thought it was gonna be like a lesser quarterback, and then it was gonna be like Geno Smith stats. I thought Geno Smith was B. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, pat yourself on the back. Your rules, your game.
Yes, sir. We're gonna do this every week.
You got another one?
Oh, you want me to do another one?
You can do another one.
Okay. All right. I'll do another one right now. Hold on. Because I'm telling you right now. Let's see. But I think I got one. Do I have a good one? Yeah. Oh, I got a great one. All right. Bet.
All right.
We're still sticking with the NFL.
Okay.
All right. And again, we're still going to be sticking with quarterbacks. All right. This one. Let me because like there's one guy that I really. This one is no hatred.
Okay.
But I'm just genuinely curious about this one. I really am curious. All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So quarterback A has 1,890 yards, 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and has a 68.7 completion percentage.
Okay.
Quarterback number 2, 2,033 yards, 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions with a 68.3 completion percentage. Now, this one is no gimmick. I'm genuinely curious about this one because I literally just came up with this one on the fly, and I'm genuinely curious.
Now, quarterback A sound like that, but I'll go with A.
So you go with A?
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert over Brock Purdy.
That's what I picked.
You picked Justin Herbert over Brock Purdy.
Yeah, and in real life, that's what I would do.
You would have done that in real life?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So then you would have picked Russell Wilson over Patrick Mahomes.
No, I would not.
I'm glad we're able to. And that's our segue to get up on out of here because you know what I mean. I'm taking my dubs all I can. I like it right now.
Whatever, man.
Before we get up out of here, you got any final words?
Oh yeah, final words, man. Just another week, man. I'm glad you're getting better. You know, I'm sure that you done had a tough week going through what you've been going through, man. I'm just happy to be a part of the show. And WEMBAMANIA supposed to be coming to the Garden pretty soon, and I'm predicting a 50-piece from that young man against my New York Knicks.
I know you're happy about Julius Randle though. Man's going on a tour.
Yes, he is.
Can I call him trash?
Yeah, it's called the Toilet Bowl Tour.
Can we call him trash? Can we call him a bum? Because he's been doing this for years now. If you can't call him a bum, then there's no limit. There's no time limit. Because the man's been doing this like, what, 2-3 years?
I'm trying to refrain from
but you know that's not what it do. Listen. This is not one of those moments where I'm trying to get you to say it and then I'm going to parlay it to something else. I'm talking specifically Julius Randle. Specifically. This man has been doing this for 3 years now. The man's got. We got to call the man a bum now. If we can't call him a bum after 3 years,
listen, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. There's nothing. I don't know, man. After seeing Bob Myers on ESPN when he was on First Take and how he just, I think we discussed it and how he just broke down everything. If I'm James Dolan, I'm telling him, your check is blank. You write the number in, and you come in here and do what the hell you want to do.
Yeah.
It's something about that thing with Tibbs, Leon Rose, and Julius, man. I don't know what it is.
Well, I don't think it's a Tibbs thing because Julius Randle's been doing this. His first
year. No, it's a Tibbs thing because Tibbs don't check him. This dude was sitting here last night. I watched this dude take like 800 3-point shots, man. What are you doing? The best way to get Giannis is to get him right in here.
Yeah.
You got to go at him.
Yep.
Come on, man. What are you doing? And then you got Mitch down there. I don't want to rebound. Everybody else going back down court. Before the ball even hit the rim, everybody going back down court. Like, what are you doing? Y'all ain't going to help me out? Look, man. They ain't going to get me started. Don't even get me started, man.
Next week, I'm going to give you a segment where you can just let it all out.
Are you seeing it in my eyes?
I see it in your eyes.
You see it in my eyes, man.
The season just started. You already need a safe space. You already need one where you know what you need. You need one of those. I don't know what they're called, but it's like you go to a place, you give them like $100, and you could literally destroy stuff. They put stuff in there like TVs, computers.
Yeah, I know, but that won't do enough for me.
You need something.
I want to destroy somebody's office. I want to have permission to go to Madison Avenue, go up in the garden. What office is it? That's what I don't need that other stuff. That's what I need right now.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Next week you got a safe space. You can let it all out. You can vent your frustration. You know, I don't know what these frustrations mean because we're undefeated. So I don't know what it means. You feel me? This
y'all. Hey, listen, that 1-2 combo. I'm loving it. I'm trying to tell you. See, I'm a prop giver. That's what I do. I acknowledge what it is, and I give props. Plus, I love Tatum. I told
everybody this, bro. I told everybody this. We like our big three. I love it because literally anybody could step up at any given time, right? Between Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Chris Porzingis. Then we got other role players. We got other role players like Derek White who could step up.
Derek White to sit there and come out and give you 28 points and play and have like 5 steals.
I don't know. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, honestly, like I like what I see from us. I love it.
Y'all punish Miami.
You said what?
And then y'all beat Indiana by like what? About 41 points or something?
Something like that. We just we
who in the NBA gets beat by 40 points these days?
Anyone who plays Boston.
Check out. I ain't got no comeback for you. Hey, it's like this. If this was the streets and you got a better product nonsense that's done came on my block and unpenetrated, pause. Hey, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I said you got the product. Like, ain't nothing I can do. Look, man, the New York Knicks.
Next week, I promise you.
But you gonna make me take my head off, boy. If I take my head off, it ain't pretty. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Next week, you can have your moment. You can speak your piece and all that stuff.
And that's even with RJ Barrett out there. How is it that quickly has gotten better than RJ? When RJ was a year there before he was.
Honestly, I'm not even trying to be that dude, but eventually you're gonna have to consider moving on from RJ Barrett pretty soon. I know y'all just gave him that contract, but you're gonna have to move on from him pretty soon.
Damn that contract. I'm ready.
Yeah, I don't care. So I don't care about you. I'll pay it all just for him to be gone. Let me let you go because you about to punch. I can see it in your eyes. Next week, I promise you, you're gonna have a safe space here where you can speak your piece and get it all out of your system.
That's sad, man. I just want consistent ball play. I just want to be consistent. I want players that understand that, hey, I can't be shooting all these wild ass threes, you know.
And you won't get it.
And I want a power forward, and I want a small forward that's at least 6'9" with a long wingspan. That's all a brother want. I love Josh Hart, but they be playing him at power forward in the second unit.
He a guard. Like, settle down. He a guard. Let's about. He's a guard. He's not even a 3, and like you're trying to force him to be it. That's adorable.
I mean, that's my guy. He's a hustler, but
but listen, I'll say this before: better you than me. Better you than me. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Prideful Takes Podcast. We will be back here next Saturday to talk more shit about your favorite team. Until then, y'all know what to do. Be safe. The fact that people are saying, oh yeah, when you're finals MVP, you are now the best player on the planet, to me, that makes no sense whatsoever. I don't care if it's a week, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? LeBron James. That's who y'all gotta start appreciating. And you gotta stop disrespecting this man.